background. So you got, so St. Cloud State has a fishing team.
Yep, for like 4 or 5 years now, we've had basically a college fishing team. A lot of schools in the area actually have them. It's more popular down south, but teams up here are starting to get into that too. Our club's been growing a lot in recent years, and we get the opportunity to go down south and compete against these southern schools in big tournaments. This first one's going to have close to like 150 to 200 boats. So I mean, up here it doesn't sound like a huge deal, but down there it's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, they take it like a.
I was going to say, do they take non-traditional students? You know, like a 54-year-old guy would get in the boat.
You actually
full-time
can.
student.
Yeah, that's.
I could be a student advisor. We're suiting up. AM 1450, FM 1033, KNSI. Good morning. KNSI News Time 7:35. We're cloudy and 32. Steve Godwalt in for Bob Hughes this morning. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm counting them, actually 5 if you count me, fishermen in studio with us. You might not know this, but St. Cloud State Huskies are not only on the ice and on the basketball court and doing other kind of sports, but they also have a fishing team. And that fishing team is in here with us this morning. Gentlemen, why don't you introduce yourselves? Let's start with our friend over here. Oh, okay, hang on, we got to get the mics working here. There we go, Dan Carlson.
Tyler Gromberg.
Jogum Speldridge. I'm Alex Almick.
Very good. All right, guys, I'll have you stay close to the microphones. But so, tell me what you guys do. How does the season work? You mentioned you're just about to head down south to a big tournament.
Yep, so we got some tournaments coming up here. We're going to start with the FLW, which is Fishing League Worldwide, and we're actually going to be heading down to Kentucky Lake, kind of on that Kentucky-Tennessee border area. It's a big reservoir that we're going to be competing against a bunch of schools from all around the nation. Should be about 150 to 200 boats down there. And this trip also consists of another event we're going to fish too. We're going to be gone for 12 days total. We'll be fishing Table Rock Lake the next weekend, which is in Missouri area.
How much fun can that be? Pitching lures for a college team. That's pretty good.
Definitely beats class.
So how do you get on? How do you do this? How do you get on a fishing team in a college environment? I mean, do you get recruited? Are there scholarships? Is it like other sports?
No, it's basically you have to have like 9 guys or so and to form your own club. We were lucky and it was already there when we got here. I didn't actually know about it. I'm a senior this year. Didn't actually know about it until last year. So last year was the first tournament I went to. I wish I would have known about it earlier, but like most of the population of St. Cloud, no idea we have a fishing team. So it's a pretty awesome opportunity.
How to get on the team? I started up this year and wanted to get on last year, but I couldn't find the guys. I didn't know how to contact them, whatever. This year I found them. Then I'm in the club on the team. I guess it's more of a you got to go to meetings, go to events and everything, and the more events you go to, the more chance or the higher chance you can get to go down to tournaments.
So do you have a boat, a Husky boat?
We typically fish with teams of 2, and that consists of one person having a boat and then a non-boater, so it works out that way kind of.
We have to supply our own boats and stuff, own tackle.
But very cool, a lot of fun, and the perfect time of year to be talking about this because we're finally into soft water. So what do you do in the off season when it's ice? Do you do ice fishing?
Ice fishing and study for the lakes coming up.
So, you got to bone up on it, huh?
Yeah, I've been looking at Kentucky and Table Rock Lake for the past 3 months now, studying out. And but yeah, other than that, just ice fishing and dreaming about open water again.
Is there a bracket? Is there a trophy? What are you playing for, if you will? There you go. So you're using your own now, but if you're successful, you might actually bring one back for the team.
Yep, and with these events, actually, the goal here is to try and qualify for the national championship. So with this, the first one on Kentucky's an open actually, and the top 15 boats will advance to the national championship. that gives you an opportunity to really just compete against all the top college anglers, and actually gives you a chance to potentially fish pro if you were to win that.
Now, is this all species of fish, or are you mainly going after bass or walleye, or what? How does that work out?
Yeah, it's strictly bass. The way the tournament goes, it's usually like 7:30 to, there's a couple waves that go out in boats until like 3:30, and we all go out and try and catch 5 biggest bass. You can call out the smaller ones until you have the biggest bass you caught all day, and then the heaviest bass wins the tournament. Up here, like a good tournament will get you 16, 17 pounds, and you'll probably win it. But down there, you can see bags up to 30 pounds or bigger.
AM 1450, FM 103.3 KNSI. Steve Gottwald in for Bob Hughes, and we have the St. Cloud State Husky men's. Is there a ladies bass fishing team?
There are a couple girls in the club.
Oh, very good, very good. But they're all part of the same team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. And you're headed down to Kentucky this coming week?
We're going to be heading down tomorrow morning, actually.
Tomorrow
we fish,
morning.
Friday and Saturday.
Well, good luck. You don't have cheerleaders, do you?
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. They're working on
Future
that.
goals right there.
Gentlemen, thanks so much for coming in and talking to us about this. I had no idea that the Huskies had their own bass fishing team, but wow, fantastic. I asked earlier, you got, so is there room for a non-traditional, maybe a 54-year-old to join the team?
As long as you're a full-time student.
Ah, that's the key. I got to go back to school. That might be a good reason for me to go back to school. I mean, just to be able to go out and fish a lot.
It's a ton of fun.
How many hours a week do you spend fishing when you're doing this? Do you have to practice a lot?
We'll be down, well, when we're down there for 12 days, we'll fish every day. So, I mean, but in the summer, typically I would say we're fishing tournaments pretty much every weekend. In the winter, we're not huge ice fishing guys, but we'll get out and try to get the club together once a month or so to get out together.
So any of you guys want to share any of your bass fishing secrets? What's your trick?
Keep the
What's
line
your
in the
favorite?
water.
Keep your line in the water. Keep the line taut. Yeah, got it. Any particular tips for us kind of amateur bass fishermen? Well, they don't want to give them away. That's the key.
We found a way to complicate things, so.
I think the biggest thing is studying. I think that's a huge part of bass fishing, is knowing the lake before you actually go out there, knowing what baits you're going to throw, what area they're in, pre-spawn, spawn or post-spawn. Those are all huge factors. So
Knowing the structure where the weeds are.
Yep, exactly. Knowing where the bait fish are, knowing where those paths are going to be piled up on. Like right now, Tyler was saying that he saw a couple of fish moving in on Pleasant Lake the other day. So, you know, just depends on the season, depends on the water temperature, and
Water temperature is huge.
A little bit of local intel, Pleasant Lake, right? Okay, out in Rockville, so they're moving in.
wait a couple weeks still. It's not quite in season.
Get ready. Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah, you don't want to be doing that. DNR will be on you like, you know what. So, again, AM 1450, FM 103.3 KNSI, just such a pleasure to have you gentlemen in, and lots of luck down in Kentucky. This is the St. Cloud State Husky bass fishing team. What do you call yourself?
Yeah, our Facebook page is actually Husky Bass Fishing Club. If anyone wants to follow us on there, we're going to have updates on how we're catching fish, how we think we're going to do, stuff like that.
Posting little videos and everything. every day.
HuskyBassFishingClub.org or edu or?
It's on Facebook.
Just
Facebook.
Oh, it's on Facebook.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, very good. Gotta get that. Gotta get that straight. All right, AM 1450, FM 103.3 KNSI. Gentlemen, thanks so much for coming in. KNSI News Time, 7:43.
Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Oh, that's fun.
That was fun.
Fun